Okay, so the next thing we'll look at is the Facebook Pixel. So we covered this exit intent pop-up and one thing I did want to mention though too, before I get to the Pixel is it is a great idea to have a deal right away, right? So the person comes to the page and you have 20% off, 10% off, whatever it happens to be, but just any kind of deal is really, really great. And also having some kind of coupon. There's some kind of satisfaction that goes with virtually clipping a coupon. Back in the days, it was taking some scissors to a newspaper and clipping it like that. But these days, it's like copying and pasting. But there is something satisfying in seeing your order total as like, 50 52.79, and then you put the thing in and then it's like 46.25 or whatever, right? So everybody loves that kind of thing, and so I would definitely include this type of offer on the homepage in a very prominent place with a button. So the button is called a CTA, a call to action. So you basically want to have a very easily actionable thing that somebody can partake in right off the bat. And so this is actually a pretty good design as far as they're offering the discount, they're giving a coupon code, and they're providing the call to action because this is going to lead to a shopping page. So I just wanted to mention that before I got onto the Facebook Pixel. So the next thing, so we have the prominent sales section on the homepage. Like I just mentioned, we have the exit intent pop-up, like I mentioned, and the course offering for practitioners or for the general public. We have then the Facebook Pixel. So Facebook Pixel basically is a piece of tracking code that is applied to the website. Forgive my squeaky office chair here. So this is an example of the Facebook Pixel. So basically, or rather how we see if a website has a Facebook Pixel. Essentially what it is a piece of tracking code that goes onto your website that when somebody that has a Facebook account lands on your website, you're able to show specifically that person any ad that you want to show them. So being that there are about 2 billion people on Facebook, pretty much everybody who's going to land on your website is going to have a Facebook account. Whether or not they use it a lot, it can depend. But and I don't really use Facebook for just like leisure purposes at all these days. But a lot of people still do. They want to see how their friends' kids are doing, or how their friends are doing, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, Facebook is still people use it quite a bit. Obviously they do. It's used a tremendous amount actually. So you're going to be able to keep track of the people who have Facebook accounts again, which is likely that they do, and market specifically to those people. And this is really important because if you have so I'll kind of get into the way that you can advertise on Facebook, and I'll show you an example. So let's go to a Facebook ad account, and excuse me. So we'll look at how one way that you can create an advertisement. So you can target or focus on an interest group of people who they're interested in doTERRA, essential oil, and Young Living, both of which have about 4 million people. And then just essential oils in general, they have 87 million people. So this is one way to target people when you show them an ad. But the other way is if you have that pixel on your site, you can show just those people who visit your site the advertisement that you want to show them. So it's hyper targeted. And I'll show you an example of an ad that I just kind of threw together. And it's not a live ad, it's just an example. But I did create it through Facebook. So this is exactly how it would look. So you could, of those people that visit your site, create an audience, create an ad, and show those people an ad such as this, or however you wanted to kind of create the ad, whatever offer you wanted to show. So that's the power of the Facebook Pixel. It allows you to remarket or retarget those people who have visited your site, which I'll show you in a little while is like quite a few people, and show those specific people really targeted advertisements because they've been to your site, they looked at the pages, they looked at the products, they're interested. They just need, maybe they just need a little bit of a push or whatever it is, however you want to look at it. Some people look at it as intrusive. I look at it as like, you know what, I'm going to be shown an ad anyways, so it might as well be something that I'm interested in, right? Instead of like, I don't know, like bass fishing supplies or something like that, right? So, okay, so that is the Facebook Pixel. Really, really super useful for advertising. Okay, so the next thing that we can look at is Google Analytics I'll mention really briefly. So Google Analytics also, I don't want to click to the page because for some reason, I think it's when I do that, the screen recorder stops recording. But Google Analytics is another piece of code that you put on your website that allows you to keep track of the demographics of people visiting your site, the age, the sex, the location, all these different kinds of things. So it gives you like a really clear view of who's visiting your site, how long they're staying on your site. And these things can really help you to create a more powerful marketing campaign. So that's another thing that I would add to the site. So so far we've covered some of the internal things on the website are sort of the like the pop-ups and the promotional videos and the Facebook Pixel. Also, another thing, Google Analytics. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping around here, but we'll cover it all. Don't worry. The other thing I would mention here for the website. So right now, up to this point, we've just been talking about things that you're doing on the website, to the website. It might involve Google, it might involve Facebook, but it's things that you're actually adding to the website itself. So another thing that you could add to the website itself would be an upsell app. So I'll show you what I mean by an upsell app. Well, I'll give you a product that you can use. So first, let's go to your page. I've put an item in the cart. We're going to go to the cart and begin to check out. And so as it goes, I'm going to enter my email address. I'm going to, or I can check out as a guest or whatever happens to be. I'll enter my credit card information. And then before I actually place the order, I'm going to be offered an upsell. So if the person has gone as far as purchasing a product, they've entered their card information, like they're good to go. It's sort of like, supersized at McDonald's. I do not remember the last time I was at McDonald's. It has to be at least, a couple decades or so. But the idea of supersize me or, that kind of thing where, you're buying some trousers and then the person says like, oh, well, if you buy this shirt and a tie or whatever, if you wear ties, I don't. But if you buy this shirt and whatever it is, like, you get this super special deal. And then the person may go for it and they end up walking out of the store with some products that they're really happy. They're really pleased that they got this deal, this bargain, right, on these things. And so the same is true for online shopping. If they really don't want it, they're just going to click no. But a lot of times people are like, wow, that's a good deal. And then they have more products to play with and more things to make use of and to enjoy. So that's where an upsell offer would come into play. So we have some the technology that you can use with the platform that you're on, because I think you're on BigCommerce. I just took a quick look at some of the code there that you can just click a button and see. But we could use something like this. It's called Easy Upsell. It costs about $20 a month, but it would enable you to make offers to people before they place their order to increase your order value, your average order value, or AOV. So this is a really, really useful thing that comes in really handy to increase that order value. So that's another thing that you can do on page or on the site. So the next thing I'll get into is search engine optimization. This is another thing that you can do on the website. And yeah, I'll explain that and what that's all about. Okay.